wait.
Shout out to Bjorn the Bear for the dope videos. I've been watching these all day.
You will witness true horror. Now, rot.
gonna do that. She's gonna do that. So I'm pulling up a different one because I was moving kind of slow. So you know, find a different one. Oh, that's crazy. How terrifying is that? I was watching this one. Let's see.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna test if any of the strongest bosses in Elden Ring can survive the Twin Moon Sisters. To test this, I brought Renala and Relana together on the same field and upscaled all other bosses to NG+7 because trust me guys, they're gonna need it. As always, hope that you'll enjoy my content, guys. And if you do, please subscribe for much more. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
In the video.
I knew you'd come. I commend your spirit, but alas, a man cannot kill a god. I don't need help!
Get in from here. White. You do a lot of that.
I need help!
A lot of the jumping around. I can only go so much. Ain't got nothing less than play ass. It's a wrap.
What a sad state of it.
With knowledge is back there picking off. It's crazy. My God, man, he might not be good. Yeah. Everybody who did a good job of leveling up their characters all ran through Margot the same way. Morgot. Yeah. Toast. better battle. Of course, Radon gonna run through him. And that little horse. Woo. Better hope we hit. At least 1 or 2 of them. Flying. He could have won if they would ever flew off. Rolana is not playing. That is your being what? That comment is your? They should have been did that. Ronaldo just kicked him off in the back. He gotta get rid of Ronaldo. He's not gonna do it though. All them stars gonna catch him. That's one of my favorite spells too. With another comment du jour. Yeah. They got his number. They did good with that one. Golems are usually hard to get, especially the fire giants too, or the dragons. See, he can eat that magic, but he's not hitting them. They would have needed to be like in a closed space. That Golem gotta get over there. It's a wrap though. He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make that. Okay, now Estel might be a problem. likes magic, so. Got him. Okay. That was a good fight. I think the Elder resets. More accurate payback, right?
Bruh.
Chase it down too. Oh, it's a wrap though. This is good. Just sitting there. Oh. Looks like Ronaldo been coming in through the clutch. Ronaldo get knocked out quick. She don't have no kind of defense. Her offense is cold. Dragons hit everybody. Formidable duo. They did that. Too slow. Crap. Too slow. That was so raw, how they just stand there like that. I want to see how they do against the giant. Like the fire giant. Okay. Wow, he had it for a second too. Fire. It's like, man. Yeah, we're gonna watch those first, and then we'll take a break. Damn. Especially if you just burn them. It's water though. Comet de jour is such a clutch move. You would have to take like one of the elixirs that allow you to hold on to it for like a minute and just shoot a straight shot. Like if you can hold that for longer, that's devastating. They're gonna have to take them halfway when you swap it out. They already lost a lot too, so let's see. Comet ashore. Alright. Lana is holding on. You need to take out. Yeah, you gotta get hurt. Ronaldo is picking him off from the bar. They did that, my boy. Goodness. It's carrying the sword. Oh, what is that? Katana is the clutch. Okay. She gonna start healing when she swings back. She ain't doing nothing she be doing on me. There you go. You better get her. Ooh, ooh. Hear that dun. Yeah, that's the key. You gotta take him out. Lane. It's a wrap. I knew it. I knew it. No one survives her. No one survives her. Goodness gracious.
Family together.
I'll be right back. Let me go get my food.
Brother, no, man.
Dramedy.
You probably know more about Elden Ring's lore than you know about the game itself, because this From Software title is notorious.
So we know the big moves in free agency are pretty much a wrap for the Chicago Bears, but they might still make some moves, and we might know what direction they might go in for a couple of these next moves that they make in free agency. Let's talk about it, people. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, NFL, here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, please do hit that subscribe button down below. Please make sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video, as I'm doing so every single day for you guys. And let's hop right into it. All right, so this is coming from Brad Biggs, a reporter for the Chicago Tribune, man. One of the best in the business. Been, doing this for a very long time. And yeah, when Biggs puts something out, it's most likely going to be true. So he said the following in his latest article in regards to the Bears. He said the pressing needs on the roster have been filled. There could be a slow trickle of additions over the next couple of weeks as the market settles and the Bears seek players to add competition. Maybe they'll shop for a safety to add depth. Another wide receiver is a possibility. All right, so here we go. This was something that hasn't been talked about a lot. And I got to go ahead and, blame myself as well, because I should be talking about this. The safety position for the Bears, a quiet need that has been flowing under the radar. As we take a look at, our starters here, and Kevin Byard and Jaquan Brisker. Look, Brisker's had that concussion in which he missed a lot of games for last season. Who knows what the deal is with Jaquan Brisker? I mean, concussions are no joke here, people. Are we talking about something where, the career is threatened at this point, and the long-term effect of this is where we can't depend on Jaquan Brisker? I mean, he's coming up for a contract extension. What do you do at this point, right? And so to me, I'm really thinking hard about Jaquan Brisker and his future. I hope that he's going to be okay. I think he's going to be okay. But hey, God forbid he suffers another concussion. Now what? Right now, you got a big hole at that safety spot. Mind you, obviously, you want to make sure Brisker's okay and, doesn't suffer another one. But that's a scenario you cannot discount. You got to take that into account. Even if Brisker's okay, what if he suffers another concussion? All right. And then Kevin Byard had a solid season last year. Really liked what we got out of Kevin Byard, but he's 32 years old. How much does he have left in him, right? He could fall off a cliff any season, right? When you get to the other side of 30, that's usually what happens in most positions. And so behind them, not a lot of depth that you feel comfortable with. We're talking about Elijah Hicks, Jonathan Owens, guys like that. And so to me, I really look at what Big said, and I'm like, yeah, I think we need to add a safety in free agency, and I think we need to draft a safety in the draft. So I took a look at the free agent pool here. I mean, as far as the cheaper options that we could potentially look at, there's a lot of veterans out there. You got the Von Bells, you got the Quandre Diggs, Jordan Poyers, you got John Johnson, a couple of young guys, Julian Blackmon, Jordan Fuller. So there's options out there. And I seriously do think Ryan Poles needs to go ahead and add one of these options here just to have some depth in the building, because you just cannot depend on Brisker at this point. And Kevin Byard, again, he's solid, but he's old. So you got to go ahead and just have some depth there for you to feel secure. I'm not telling you to go out and, spend a big money or anything. You don't even have money to spend at this point, or trade for a safety. I'm just saying go ahead and add a piece or two. And then the other thing he talked about, right? Another wide receiver is a possibility. So this is coming after the Olamide Zaccheaus signing, all right? So my kind of hunch is true, which is, look, Zaccheaus, I like him. He's nice. He's a solid piece, but he's 5'8", 190, all right? He's a slot receiver. We still could use another wide receiver, preferably a bigger one. Again, I don't know what's going on with Tyler Scott. All right, I really wish I could help you guys answer what the heck is up with Tyler Scott. The man had one catch for 5 yards the entire season last year. All right, so I don't know what his role is on the roster. Again, he plays special teams. I get that. But as a wide receiver, like if you were making the team and, you know, one catch for 5 yards is your stat line for the entire season, that's a problem. My point being is if you take Tyler Scott away, you just have, you know, DJ Moore, Romandunes, and Zacchaeus, because again, Scott has been non-existent. And so it's like, hey, we need another receiver in the building. Let's go ahead and get another receiver in here to feel good. Again, I still like the guys that I mentioned, but I don't think that we'll be able to get like a Lockett at this point, probably unless we restructure some contracts or he takes a really cheap deal. Maybe a Tim Patrick. As far as I checked, I don't think he signed anywhere, or Tyler Boyd. Some of those guys come to mind here, but I think another receiver makes sense. And hey, we got the draft for all these, but I think Biggs is specifically talking about just free agency here. So safety, 1,000% agree with Brad Biggs on this. We need another safety just to feel comfortable. And then as far as a receiver, if we don't sign one, I wouldn't mind waiting till the draft to draft one. But I do think, hey, Zacchaeus is probably a wide receiver 4. We have no idea about Tyler Scott. Let's go ahead and get some more depth in here at the wide receiver room. So let me know what you guys think, man. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts. You agree or disagree with it. As always, thanks for watching.
Totally disagree. I don't care nothing about any wide receivers. All I want to hear is O-line and D-line. That's it. That is it. We can talk wide receiver or something else next year. Maybe even a running back is cool. But, you know, he was crazy for that. I low-key want to watch this too.
Mr. Secretary, for our audience, just to explain, this Red Sea area is a really important transit point for global shipping. The Houthis out of Yemen have been disrupting transit there for some time. President Trump cited these concerns when he announced the
Brother,
strike.
no,
I'm
no,
wondering,
man.
how long will this campaign last, and will it involve ground?
Can you imagine having to fucking like sail all the fucking way around Africa just because a couple of clowns don't want you to go through here? Think about how much fucking money that wastes. The billions of dollars that we're spending on this.
Forces.
Well, first of all, the problem here is that this is a very important shipping lane, and in the last year and a half, the last 18 months, the Houthis have struck or attacked 174 naval vessels of the United States, attacking the U.S. Navy directly 174 times, and 145 times they've attacked commercial shipping. So we basically have a band of pirates, you know, with guided precision anti-ship weaponry.
Guided by Luffy.
And exacting a toll system in one of the most important shipping lanes in the world. That's just not sustainable. We are not going to have these people controlling which ships
Imagine defending this.
can go through and which ones cannot. And so your question is, how long will this go on? It will go on until they no longer have the capability to do that.
How's that going to happen? I don't know.
Well, what does U.S. intelligence tell us at this point? Because the U.S. had been conducting strikes for some time, but has not stopped the Houthis. So what's going to be different right now? Do you have more fidelity in the intelligence that would make this more successful?
Well, those strikes were retaliation strikes. So they launched one missile, we hit the missile launcher, or we sent something to do it. This is not a message. This is not a one-off. This is an effort to deny them the ability to continue to constrict and control shipping. And it's just not going to happen. We're not going to have these guys, these people with weapons able to tell us where our ships can go, where the ships of all the world can go, by the way. It's not just the U.S. We're doing the world a favor.
Yeah.
We're doing the entire world a favor by getting rid of these guys and their ability to strike global shipping. That's the mission.
They are. That's why we need to have the whole world pay us a bunch of money to do this. Yeah, I think that they owe us, how much you guys think? Probably $100 billion again? I think that's a good start. Yeah, you're welcome, by the way.
Here, and it will continue until that's carried out. That never happened
The world
before.
didn't ask. Actually, I bet a lot of places probably did.
Right. And he's so funny with his facial expressions because he seems like he is confused or being sarcastic about something, but He got great uses, but it's right though. You know, I try not to speak on stuff like this, but I mean, yeah, man, it's crazy. I mean, I wouldn't play that. I would want mine to. I would want what's the easiest case for me to get something done too. You know?
I bet there's probably a lot of people that like their nation depends on like trade. I bet they're probably like, thank God this is happening.
The Biden administration didn't do that. All the Biden administration would do is they would
think of one nation that wants it to happen.
Respond to an attack. These guys would launch one rocket, we'd hit the rocket launcher. That's it. This is an effort to take away their ability to control global shipping in that part of the world. That's just not going to happen anymore.
And it
so this will continue until that's finished.
It could involve ground raids?
Well, those are military decisions to be made, but I've heard no talk of ground raids.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a necessity for it right now. I can tell you that as of last night, some of the key people involved in those missile launches are no longer with us. And I can tell you that some of the facilities that they use are no longer existing. And that will continue. Look, it's bottom line,
so
the easy way to understand it, okay? These guys are able to control what ships can go through there. They've attacked the U.S. Navy 174 times. They've attacked the United States Navy. We're not going to have people.
How did that happen and Biden just let it happen?
Right.
That's crazy. How do you do that?
Unbelievable.
The U.S. is doing all the dirty work while the European Union countries are looking at each other while they're too busy censoring internet bullies?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I'm going to watch this clip on my own. But that's wild. Shout out to Asma Gold too. I watch his channel a lot. It's good. I don't agree with everything that everybody posts, you know what I mean? But a lot of people, a lot of stuff, I you know, if I do, I'm, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that. Not gonna play music. Not gonna get me. I learned about copyright.
Just look this cocky rat who doesn't hesitate to throw punches. The young kickboxing superstar Badr Hari had taken down every opponent.
He ate that.
Path, but his arrogance knew no bounds. At a press conference, he showed blatant disrespect to a veteran fighter, mocking him for being too old and refusing to shake hands. Backstage, he deliberately provoked his opponent, Peter Graham, and even threw the first punch. Due to Peter Graham being 9 years older than this Moroccan athlete, he is not favored by most experts. But once the fight began, Peter pummeled the kickboxing prodigy like a punching bag, leaving him staggering. Realizing he might lose, Badr resorted to dirty tactics, but it was all in vain. In the end, the veteran not only silenced his opponent, but also left the doubters speechless.
Sorry.
Just look this cocky rat who doesn't hesitate to throw punches. The young kickboxing superstar Badr Hari had taken down every.
That's wild. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna pull it up myself and just watch it.
This morning with Secretary of State Marco Rubio has not stopped the Houthis. So what's going to be different right now? Do you have more fidelity in the intelligence that would make this more successful?
Well, those strikes were retaliation strikes. So they launched one missile, we hit the missile launcher, or we sent something to do it. This is not about their ability, the ability of the Houthis to strike global shipping and attack the U.S. Navie. And their
Iran. Is this strike in Yemen a signal to Iran?
This strike in Yemen is about their ability, the ability of the Houthis to strike global shipping and attack the U.S. Navy, and their willingness to do it. 174 times against the U.S. Navy, 145 sometimes against global shipping. That's what the strike is about. What we can't ignore, and the reason why the president mentioned Iran, is because the Iranians have supported the Houthis. They've provided them intelligence, they've provided them guidance, they've provided them weaponry. I mean, there's no way the Houthis, okay, the Houthis.
Who these Houthis? Huh? Who these Houthis? Because I never heard of them. I have never heard of them until today, when all this news started breaking. Well, actually, since yesterday, when the threats were going out. Who are these Houthis? Who these Houthis?
Would have the ability to do this kind of thing unless they had support from Iran. And so this was a message to Iran. Don't keep supporting them, because then you will also be responsible for what they are doing in attacking Navy ships, in attacking global shipping.
They also get support from Russia, potentially, which you leverage sanctions in regard to. But I want to ask you about tariffs, because you were just in Canada this past week. China is Canada's second biggest export market, Mexico's third. In this ongoing trade back and forth the U.S. is having, isn't there a risk that China will ultimately be the winner? If it's too costly to deal with the United States, won't they benefit?
Well, actually, China and Canada are involved in a mini trade war right now. In fact, the Chinese have imposed a bunch of tariffs, reciprocal or retaliatory tariffs on Canada after Canada imposed tariffs on them. So here's the way everyone needs to understand this, okay? The president rightfully believes that the balance of global trade is completely off kilter. For 30 or 40 years, we have allowed countries to treat us unfairly in global trade, much of it during the Cold War, because we wanted them to be rich and prosperous because they were our allies in the Cold War. But now that has to change. You look at the European Union. The European Union's economy is about the same size as ours. It's not a low-wage economy. It's very comparable to ours in terms of its composition and so forth. Why do they have a trade surplus with us? So what the president is saying is two things. Number one, there are critical industries like aluminum, like steel, like semiconductors, like automobile manufacturing that he rightfully believes, President Trump rightfully believes, the U.S. needs to have a domestic capability. And the way you...
Right. I mean, that's how you make ships, of course, buildings, if we're trying to expand, if we're trying to create any kind of weaponry, or what's this, planes or Boeing. I mean, it's all, you know, gotta have steel. And it's crazy, like, I mean, just logically thinking, like, if you charging me this amount, why shouldn't I charge you the same thing? At least. Now, I could be a jerk if I felt like, you know, what I had was more valuable to you than what, and raise it up even more, right? But no, I just want equal. So if you hit me with this, I'm gonna hit you with the same. And I mean, I don't see how that's an issue. Even if it takes sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you might have to take a little bit on the chin to get what you deserve. You know, it's like that sometimes. But and if we wasn't in this position, we wouldn't have to do it no way. But whatever.
Protect those industries and build that capability is by ensuring that there's economic incentives to produce in the United States. The second is global, and that is we are going to put tariffs on countries reciprocal to what they impose on us. And so this is a global. It's not against Canada. It's not against Mexico. It's not against the EU. Right. It's everybody. Right. And then from that new baseline of fairness and reciprocity,
everybody gets that work.
We will engage potentially in bilateral negotiations with countries around the world on new trade arrangements that make sense for both sides. Fairness. But right now it's not fair. We're going to reset the baseline, and then we can enter into these bilateral agreements potentially with countries so that our trade is fair. What's not going to continue is, of course, these countries
So this is all just about leverage to get bilateral, not not North American free trade deals, renegotiation?
No, it's not leverage. It's fairness. It's resetting baseline fairness. And then from there, we can work on deals and so forth, because they'll have products we don't make, we have products they don't make. That's where trade works the best. It has to be free, but it has to be fair. And right now, it's only free on one side, and it's not fair for the other side.
Well, you know,
it's an unsustainable position.
The ad hoc nature of these policy announcements and pullbacks are causing concern in the marketplace, as we saw this past week. So I heard you describe what seemed like a strategy to get to negotiations on a bilateral front. You also seem to say this was national security minded. But then we also see comments by the president of like, 200% tariffs on champagne. That's not a critical industry for the United States. That seems more emotional.
No, that's called retaliation. That's what happens in these trade exchanges. They're going to increase tariffs on. They already have high tariffs. They're going to add more to their tariffs. Fine. Then we'll have to find something to. I mean, you tell me. I mean, Canada's going after whiskey and orange juice and
in retaliation.
Yeah, exactly. So that sounds pretty petty to me as well. So what's the difference? The point is, I get it. I understand why these countries don't like it, because the status quo of trade is good for them. It benefits them. They like the status quo. We don't like the status quo. We are going to set a new status quo, and then we can negotiate something, if they want to, that is fair for both sides. But what we have now cannot continue. We have deindustrialized this country. Okay, deindustrialized the United States of America. There are things we can no longer make, and we have to be able to make in order to be safe as a country and in order to have jobs. That's why we had a Rust Belt. That's why we've suffered all these important jobs that once sustained entire communities, wiped out by trade, that basically sent these factories, these jobs, this industrial capability to other places. That cannot and will not continue. President Trump, this is no
America.
history. He's been talking about this since the 1980s, actually, even before he was a political figure. This is going to happen, and it's going to happen now.
I want to ask you about Russia. You said Envoy Steve Witkoff's meeting with Vladimir Putin that happened last week would answer the fundamental question of whether we're moving towards a ceasefire or whether Putin is using a delay tactic. You spoke with Sergei Lavrov, the foreign minister, yesterday. Is this a delay tactic?
Well, I think that was a promising meeting. As I've said repeatedly, we're not going to negotiate this in the public. Hopefully we'll have something to announce at some point fairly soon. I can't guarantee that, but I certainly think the meeting was promising. The exchange was promising. I don't take away from Steve's meeting, from Ambassador Witkoff's meeting, negativity. There are some challenges. This is a complex 3-year war that's been ongoing along a very long military front with a lot of complexity to it. So no one's claiming that it's easy, but I want everyone to understand here's the plan. Plan A is get the shooting to stop so that we can move to Plan B, phase 2, which is have everybody at a table, maybe with some shuttle diplomacy, to figure out a way to permanently end this war in a way that's enduring and it respects everybody's needs and so forth. No one is saying that that second part is easy, but we can't get even to that second part until we get past the first part. It's hard to negotiate an enduring end to a war as long as they're shooting at each other. And so the president wants a ceasefire. That's what we're working on. Assuming we can get that done, that won't be easy in and of itself. We move to the second phase, which is negotiating something more enduring and permanent. That will be hard. It will involve a lot of hard work, concessions from both sides, but it has to happen. This war cannot continue. The president has been clear about that, and he's doing everything he can to bring it to an end.
Okay. We'll talk about that later in the program as well with Envoy Witkoff. I want to ask you about a decision you made to revoke a student visa for someone at Columbia University this past week. The Wall Street Journal editorial board writes, the administration needs to be careful. It's targeting real promoters of terrorism, not breaking the great promise of a green card by deporting anyone with controversial political views. Can you substantiate any form of material support for terrorism, specifically to Hamas, from this Columbia student? Or was it simply that he was espousing a controversial political point of view?
Well, not just the student. We're going to do more. In fact,
How come I always hear Hamas as hummus? Hummus. Like, damn, we in a fight with spread.
Every day now we're approving visa revocations, and if that visa led to a green card, the green card process as well. And here's why. It's very simple. When you apply to enter the United States and you get a visa, you are a guest. And you're coming as a student, you're coming as a tourist, or what have you. And in it, you have to make certain assertions. And if you tell us when you apply for a visa, I'm coming to the U.S. to participate in pro-Hamas events, that runs counter to the foreign policy interest of the United States of America. It's that simple. So you lied. You came. If you had told us that you were going to do that, we never would have given you the visa. Now you're here. Now you do it. So you lied to us. You're out. It's that simple.
But
it's that straightforward.
is there any evidence of a link to terrorism, or is it just his point of view?
Yeah, they take over. I mean, you should watch the news. These guys take over entire buildings.
They
vandalize colleges.
Intensely.
They shut down
colleges. I'm asking about the specific justification for the revocation of his visa. Was there any evidence of material support for terrorism?
Was the negotiator negotiating on behalf of people that took over a campus, that vandalized buildings? Negotiating over what? That's a crime in and of itself, that they're involved in being the negotiator, the spokesperson, this, that, the other. We don't want it. We don't need these people in our country. We never should have allowed them in the first place. If he had told us, I'm going over there, and I'm going over there to become the spokesperson and one of the leaders of a movement that's going to turn one of your allegedly elite colleges upside down, people can't even go to school, library buildings being vandalized, we never would have let him in. We never would have let him in to begin with. And now that he's doing it and he's here, he's going to leave, and so are others, and we're going to keep doing it. And by the way, I find it ironic that a lot of these people out there defending the First Amendment alleged free speech rights of these Hamas sympathizers, they had no problem, pressuring social media to censor American political speech. So I think it's ironic and hypocritical. But the bottom line is this. If you are in this country to promote Hamas, to promote terrorist organizations, to participate in vandalism, to participate in acts of rebellion and riots on campus, we never would have let you in if we had known that. And now that we know it, we're going to leave.
Is it only pro-Palestinian people who are going to have their visas revoked, or are other points of view as well?
No, I think anybody who's here in favor. Look, we want to get rid of Tren de Agua gang members. They're terrorists too. The president designated them, asked me to designate, and I did, as a terrorist organization. We want to get rid of them as well. We don't want terrorists in America. I don't know how hard that is to understand. We don't want people in our country that are going to be committing crimes and undermining our national security or the public safety. It's that simple. Especially people that are here as guests. That is what a visa is. I don't know where we've gotten it in our head that a visa is some sort of birthright. It is not. It is a visitor into our country. And if you violate the terms of your visitation, you are going to leave.
Okay. Secretary Rubio, I'd like to have you back, talk to you about a lot more on your plate another time, but we have to leave it there.
Thank you.
Man, her questions are so annoying. She had nothing to say about that. But I mean, it doesn't get any clearer than that. Like, it literally gets no clearer than that. I don't understand. I don't understand the hoopla. But you know, let's see. Oh, it got to go away. No, man, what? What is it? What?
The Iranian Hulk was humiliated. See what happened. This man was humiliated all over the world. He cried to a body and it became a joke. This is Sajjad Gharibi, or the Iranian Hulk as he became better known. He became famous on social media as the bodybuilder with the scariest body in the world. And Hulk's nickname is not for nothing.
Is that not a BBL? He looked like Publix steroid chicken. Like one of the little drum. It's all shaped funny at the, okay.
His physique really resembles that of the hero. Many people were inspired by him in the bodybuilding world, but that changed when he was simply humiliated by a Hollywood celebrity. What happened is that Sajjad thought about entering the fighting world, and his first fight was scheduled against a famous bodybuilder called Martin Ford. Martin has participated in several films such as Kingsman and The Fast and the Furious, which has made a worldwide attraction. The problem is that Martin is much taller. Look at his difference compared to the Iranian Hulk. And when the two came face to face for the first time, something unexpected happened. They had agreed that no physical contact would be made, but Martin did not respect the agreement and gave the Iranian Hulk a push that sent him to the ground. So far so good. These provocations happened, but this completely shook Sajjad. As soon as he got up, he was visibly uncomfortable. And when they came face to face again, he tried to get revenge and
he was embarrassed. You ever seen somebody get pushed like that at school? Like we out two people was about to get in a fight, and it was doing a square off. Somebody was finna get punked out, and the one who wasn't scared for real, he pushed the hell out the one dude fly. He get over with the stupid face, like embarrassed as hell. That's what Buddy just went through.
Ended up on the ground again. The difference in strength between the two was enormous. And after that, things only got worse for the Iranian Hulk as their fight ended up on social media, and he ended up becoming a worldwide joke. Martin kept teasing his opponent, saying that it was easy to take him down, and Sajjad responded only with training videos. The problem is that these videos seemed more like a self-defense course than combat training, and people started making fun of him because of it. What no one knew was that something bizarre would happen to Sajjad after that. He mentioned in an interview that he needed medication to sleep, and even cried on air when he said that his family didn't want him to take part in the fight against Martin. And of course, the internet took the opportunity to make fun of him even more. Days later, he posted a video apologizing to his fans and promising to get revenge. In other words, he would not give up the fight. But everyone was taken by surprise when the fight was mysteriously removed from the list of the event that was going to take place. The excuse they gave was that because of the pandemic, the fight could not be held, even though the event would take place normally. But fans started investigating and discovered something else worse. A few days before the fight, Martin said on social media that he felt sorry for the Iranian Hulk and that he wouldn't mind if he cancelled the fight because he didn't want to be seen as the who beat up a crying boy. So a lot of people speculate that it was Martin who cancelled the event so as not to have a tarnished image in Hollywood. Others say that it was Sajjad himself who cancelled the fight because he was afraid of Martin. And this second theory is the most likely because a few months after the fight was cancelled, Sajjad tried his luck in boxing and once again became a joke around the world. The videos of the fight are simply unbelievable. Sajjad entered the ring to face another influencer known as the Titan of Kazakhstan, and he literally tried to run away from him when he saw he would lose. The Iranian Hulk turned his back on his opponent and started running. Furthermore, his performance was terrible. It was clear that Sajjad was not at all prepared to fight. The Iranian Hulk was humiliated. See what happened. This man was humiliated all over.
Man. Come on, that's crazy. The Iranian bulk. Because there was nothing hawkish about that. That dude was whack. I want no per stream. That's crazy. The kind of stuff that pulls up on here is incredible. I don't know what to say. Let's see. I was trying to see what oh man, nah, not slap boxing, bro. I gotta see a little bit.
Guys, set her up. Set her up. Set her up.
The crazy Hawaiian almost in a different place here. Right now. He's not even here. Jason Herzog.
Set, no moving. Which hand and what count?
Well, he knows. He's been in there with Dumpling before.
Right on.
Felt the
right on three. Right on three.
I don't see why people would set themselves up like this.
See the numbers: 463 days as a power slap champion, nearly a year and a half.
So wonderful to watch.
Right on three.
Getting the crowd involved from the jump.
See, that's what sets this guy apart. Why? He is a showman.
Yeah.
The crowd are loving it.
The voice. Damn.
Dumpling was not phased. Not one little bit.
Oh, the Russian.
He know he did it. He know he did it.
Shots all day. It's Dan Marshall. That's right. Go out there and lay clean.
There's no way he took a shot like that and it's not. Look at his ear. Damn.
Close to a flinch.
That's crazy.
That's a big angry man right there. A big angry, powerful man.
And get that enhanced by trait.
He told us if we took power slap to Russia, he could fill up an 80,000
Go get him. Go get him.
80,000 is a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
You come with me. Good. Get yourself in the box.
Here goes Dumpling.
What hand and what count? This right hand on three. Tell him with a measure. Thank you. We're set.
Sergey, the interpreter.
Oh, Lord.
So here we go. Here's the first time the Hawaiian's going to take a shot being 70 pounds lighter.
Let's see how he can do it.
All of them got neck swoop outs. Damn!
Outstanding shot by Dumpling.
done by the Hawaiian. So, Dumpling said this week that the Crazy Hawaiian is a really good actor. He plays it off like he's not hurt, but he really is. And he feels like that sometimes sways the judges.
Right now, Cole.
Now, again, he's doing the thing. He's eating up the dumplings.
Right
But
now.
look,
Yeah,
it's a great
yeah.
shot. Definitely wobbled. Caused him to step to the side a little bit. Of course it hurts. They all
was
hurt.
looking
They're
up
not
there.
pleasant. But there was definitely
Damn, he looking at the camera.
a bigger sense of impact there.
When he's ready.
Really good shot for Dumpling.
Damn.
Nice shot.
Okay, guys.
Nice job eating it by the Crazy Hawaiian.
Get over there before they call it. Let's go. Get
As
yourself
we
set.
head into round
What
2.
hand, what count? Right. Right on 2.
Oh,
Right
man.
on 2.
Come on. Come on, bro.
Going on 2.
1.
Oh, the form is so...
That might be a club. That was a little low. It's hard
Did
to
he do it
know
on 2?
with the Russian.
Eat those all day. You'll eat those all day long.
Hey, tell him when he thinks
He ain't hit him that good, though.
almost flinching a little, try to stay still.
And you remember what he told us, Bisping?
What was that?
That as the fight goes along, the shots get easier and easier because the power is sapped from the Crazy Hawaiian. And as you
But
brought
that
up,
was really his
now
hair, though,
70
but he caught
pounds
like in the
lighter,
chin. Right?
maybe even easier and easier than it was last time around.
Listen, you'll be able to swing faster being 70 pounds lighter. But without the same weight, it's just not going to be as
20.
powerful.
That's
Now,
20. Look at back
if
to
you
box.
lose fat and replace it with muscle, yeah, maybe you can. But I don't necessarily think that's what he's done here.
And I'm not even trying to be funny here. Dumpling has probably put on little fat, little muscle.
Yeah.
He's bigger in both ways.
Yeah.
So he's going to pack a little more power too, right?
Which hand and what
Now listen,
count?
carrying excess fat
Right
isn't
on 3.
exactly
Measure.
The shape of his head is so stupid, though.
the strength and power and weight and size. It all
Watch how it
adds
all
to the
moves when he
force.
gets slapped. Watch it,
The
watch it,
ability
watch it,
to
watch it.
take a
Look at
shot.
it, look at it,
Big
look at it.
wind up from Dumpling.
Look at it. Damn!
Bit of a flinch there. Little bit. Let's see what the ref says. So he never moves.
Dumpling saying he leaned into
Oh,
it.
they saying he flinched. Oh.
Yeah,
Ooh, they call
now
flinching.
remember, last time out, I think he
He's
flinched
gonna have to get
twice.
re-slapped.
He did. And he told us he was surprised that he won the match based on the 2 clinching penalties.
Bite down. You already know. You know what's going to happen with those calls, right? Bite down. That's it.
Well, imagine having to take 2 slaps.
Next time, just a free hit. You get another hit.
Damn!
So Herzog telling him he has the option ahead. As you wisely pointed out earlier, there's nobody in America generally that wouldn't take that option.
Or in Saudi Arabia.
That is a valid point. I forgot momentarily where we were.
Or in the Middle East.
In the world.
Nowhere in the world.
Right on 3.
Unless you are a absolute pussy.
1. 2.
Another nice move from Dumpling, but
That wasn't the hardest one. The first one was the hardest one, but that definitely was
You know what?
loud.
It doesn't appear necessarily
He's got nothing,
like
dog.
losing
He's got
the weight
nothing. I know.
has
I know.
affected his
That's the
chin.
club. But hey,
They
he
got
has
nothing, huh?
dog.
They got
He has
nothing.
has it
nothing.
affected his power as we take a look at your scorecard?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've got the
Damn.
feeling up.
It was a
2
clean
rounds.
slap, though.
Hey,
Certainly, the Hawaiian was wobbled in the first round. Bigger impact, and of course, he took an extra shot because he flinched.
when you're ready, sir.
And over 5 rounds, it's going to diminish his ability to keep shots. So there it is.
Make sure your feet are good.
2 points up at this point going into round 3.
What hand and what count?
You see the intensity on the
Right
face
on
of the
2.
person that's about
Right
to be
on 2.
slapped.
With a measure. That's your measure.
You know, it takes a certain kind of person to stand there and let
But look how the 3 dudes in the back watch their reactions.
somebody do this.
Giving it right back to him. Those are 2 big guys.
Hey, you can take those shots all day. You take those shots all day.
I will put that in. Let him recover. We'll put that in. We'll get you.
I mean, I love the fact that the Dumpling, because you know when you see him, he's like, seems like a nice, friendly guy.
Oh, yeah.
You slap him in the face, he turns into a bit of a dick. Look at that. He's mocking him.
Yeah, ain't no way, man. That's wild. How you just go do that like that? But that was them guys right there, man. Dang, look at Kane. Undertaker. What? Man, hold on. Now what is this mess?
Okay, I am not in a joyful mood today. This week has been rough. I don't know why. Maybe it's either because I got sick or it's close to the end of third quarter. But oh, I'm hating life right now. But anyways, I want to talk about something that I've been seeing all over TikTok. It's something about this YouTuber named Corey Kenshin. And apparently he's being canceled for something stupid. Like really stupid. He's getting canceled for, keyword, glancing at a woman's ass.
Sorry for the language.
Like, are we for real? Are we dead ass right now? That's a grown man. He could look at ass if he wants to. I seriously don't see what the problem is. Like,
she sounds so funny.
So sensitive. It's just glancing at booty cheeks. Bro, I do it too.
She sounds
It
chubby.
is not that serious. Y'all need to calm down. Why do y'all even care so much that he's glancing at a woman's ass?
Okay, yeah. I thought that's what it was too. I remember hearing about it not too long ago. Whatever, man. It's stupid. The whole thing is totally stupid. And I don't even got nothing to say about it because it's stupid. It's not canceled. I watch Corey Kenshin all day. So keep looking, my guy. What if you keep zooming in? That looks fascinating. Let's see, man, what?
This woman was severely allergic to cosmetics, but still kept applying the cream because she had not yet realized what a disaster it would bring. That night, something amazing happened. The lids of all the creams opened automatically, and a large amount of cream flowed out, gradually converging into a cream woman. When the woman walked into the basement, she was stunned by the sight in front of her, because the figure of the cream woman was exactly what she had dreamed of. Even more surprisingly, the cream woman would also imitate her movements. The two then clasped their fingers together and then slowly embraced as if they were about to become one. However, the woman's husband stops her from doing so the woman decides to solve her husband's problem. The woman then follows the footprints of the cream woman to the bathroom, only to see the cream woman slowly melting in the bathtub without hesitation. The woman enters the bathtub until the frost gradually drowns her. After a long time, the woman stepped out of the bathtub, wiped the cream off her face, and surprisingly turned into a beautiful woman. But little did she know that her bad luck had just begun. This woman was severely allergic to cosmetics, but still kept applying the cream because she had not yet realized.
What was that? What was that?
This guy is the world champion in freediving and is about to attempt to break his own world record. His name is Kim Wang-Mu, and his current record is 15 meters deep and 20 seconds underwater. But today, he will try to reach 16 meters. To conserve as much energy as possible, he descends slowly and lets himself glide through the water. Once he reaches the bottom, he must complete a full circle around this ring and then return to the surface consciously. The hardest part is not going down or making the turn, but having enough oxygen to return to the surface consciously. If he passes out,
Right.
the rescuers will rush to save
is he
him.
not using?
With the turn
Oh.
completed, he has to ascend, but he
He's
is
doing it
out of
himself.
oxygen, so he hurries to reach the surface. If you think this
Ooh.
guy is amazing, give him a like.
Yeah, that's tough.
This guy is the world
That
champion.
going up, I would have been panicking. I would have been freaking out trying to get back up, like, and I can swim too. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't have done that. I'd do that. I would do that. I would have to have oxygen. There's no way I could just, you know what I'm saying? I could not just do that. Thought it's finna hit us with the Mortal Kombat. Yeah, no, that took too long to get to popping. I was trying to, you know what I mean? That took too long to get to popping. What is this? You know, it's this one dude on here who be letting all this stuff sting him. Yeah, I saw that. I know what I'm talking about. What is that? I see some more shorts, huh? I never really watch him on here like this, but he's kind of good. Where do I go for them? Oh.
You can see my music. You can listen to my music. It's a lot going on. What? He's trying to, bro, he on some bullshit. He is. Listen, boss, that's mine. Hey, motherfucking mouth, nigga. Play that you gonna do something like that, nigga. You think you playing with me, nigga? You wanna play with me?
Moving right along.
Subject is lost, heading unknown.
He put the blinders on. Damn! Yo, why did he just slap that dude like that, man? Yo. Why did he just slap him like that? That was crazy. Okay, one more time. Hold on, one more time. I'm sorry. I was looking at the chat. He didn't like see. Right.
I'm out. No.
Bruh. He said,
I'm out. No.
One more time.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Yo. That slap was ferocious. Dang. I slapped somebody like that. Dude was, before he came in there, he, one or two things. One, either his old lady was pissing him off before he got to the gym, or while he was at the gym, Buddy been talking junk, or 3, maybe dude got CTE, or maybe he crazy. I don't know. One more time, man. One more time. See, the kick was already hard. It was like he ain't sparring. They don't have no kind of braces on their legs or nothing. So they just out here. And Buddy kicks him this first time, and you can see how dude in the blue shirt is totally taken aback by how hard he's kicked in the legs. He's like, hold on, okay, now I'm gonna hang in there. I can hang, but then Buddy slapped the hell out of him right after that, and he taps out. Damn. Back hit.
Oh, shit, you suck. Boom, goodbye. You're not drawing a line. Out. Out.
Huh? I don't really watch baseball like that, so I didn't really catch that, but that looked pretty serious though. Oh, that what you do though. Call of Duty, you throw a frag in there. That'll clear it out. That will clear it out.
That's all I can tell you. Alright, I'm calling.
Yeah, you do that.
Letting you know you're not allowed to do that. You look like you've been.
Why she gonna give him his drink if he at home? Give him his drink. That's that Sergey Dragunov. That Dragunov. Alright. Let's see one more. Ain't no way. See, I would have died. That would have been me. I would have died right then. Yo, that was dope. That was dope. That's probably exhilarating and fun too. I couldn't be me. Couldn't be me at all. Anyway, appreciate you tuning in. We'll do this again tomorrow night, man. Whatever happens on the news, and we'll check it all out tomorrow night. Let's say 9, 10. I don't know. Y'all just be sure to tune in. Like and subscribe. Hit that button. You know what to do. I'm out. I think I'm out. I'm supposed to be out.